Hey guys, Cal here with a new video on Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And it's been a few days since the game came out, and I feel like now that I've completely platinumed the game a few hours ago, I can talk about it in all its spoilery goodness by talking about the ending and the teases feature that could be picked up in a possible DLC content for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 or any upcoming Spider-Man games by Insomniac whenever that releases. So that is what we will be covering in this video. But before that, I want to give a huge shout out to Insomniac for not only giving us one of the greatest superhero games ever made, but also one of the most human and impactful Spider-Man stories to date that will go on to inspire countless works of art in the near future. And trust me, if you thought the hype was already insane for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, well, after watching this video, my hope is for you to get pumped even further if that's possible for the inevitable Marvel Spider-Man 3. So let's jump into it. So do keep in mind that there will be heavy spoilers ahead, so watch at your own risk. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's get into it. Going into Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we knew that Norman Osborn was going to play some part in the game, which if you have played the game, you already know. But for those of you who haven't, well, in the game's narrative, Norman was desperately trying to save Harry's life because, as you very well know, Norman is a very selfish person who cares only about his son and doesn't give a damn about the city or about anything else for that matter. After taking down Venom, aka Harry Osborn, Miles manages to resuscitate him with his bioelectric powers, but sadly, Harry falls into a coma soon after. As Norman is sad and frustrated, he says the following:
"Get the G serum ready ASAP."
In the comics, Norman has an alter ego called Green Goblin, and given the name of the serum, it's highly likely that one of Spidey's greatest villains will get their time to shine. Now, the symbiote is what was keeping Harry alive initially, so it's still debatable whether Norman will use the serum on himself or Harry. In the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, Harry was the Green Goblin, while in the Sam Raimi version of Spider-Man, had Norman taking on the mantle, so either way is likely. Furthermore, one of the game's post-credit scenes showed Norman visiting Spider-Man PS4's main antagonist, which was of course Dr. Octopus in the raft, where Norman asks Otto what Spider-Man's secret identity is, but of course he doesn't reveal to him. Otto mentions that he's writing
the final chapter
in a book that he shows, which is a very huge hint that the inevitable Marvel Spider-Man 3 could be Insomniac's swan song, ergo a final game in the Spider-Man universe, marking its end. But we'll see. In Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Rio Morales tells Miles that she's been putting herself out into the dating world after his father passed away in Spider-Man PS4. Eventually, she mentions that she's been seeing someone she really likes. It's not until the end of the game that the mystery man is revealed, who turned out to be none other than Albert Moon, who introduces his daughter, Cindy Moon, who comic book fans would recognize as Silk, another Spider-Man character. If we talk a little bit about Silk, well, Cindy Moon was bitten with the same radioactive spider that bits Peter, giving her the same powers as him, and organic webbing as well, which Peter does not have. It seemed Insomniac has planned for the character since we never see her face, only the back of her head, which they can potentially pick up later in any upcoming Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLCs, or in Marvel Spider-Man 3, whenever that happens. If you recall, Marvel Spider-Man 2 had many side quests, including one called quote-unquote The Flame, which had Peter helping out Wraith, aka Guri Watanabe, as she investigates a cult called, you guessed it, The Flame. At the end of the side quest, we learn that the cult leader is Cletus Cassidy, who you most notably may know as the host of the Carnage symbiote in the comics. During the last mission, Peter gets pinned down by a large vehicle as Cletus steals the red symbiote. His final words before leaving Peter for dead are,
"And when the crimson hour rolls over this earth, it shall bring truth, judgment, and carnage."
Wraith chooses to save Peter from a fiery death rather than immediately chase down Cletus, which allows the villain to escape and live another day. Afterwards, Yuri says that she'll try to track down Cletus again by checking his old aliases, but that process could take years. This hints that Carnage could possibly make an appearance down the line very highly in any upcoming DLCs, but we just don't have any of the information about it. Talking more about side quests, there's another chain of those called quote-unquote unidentified targets, where players will stumble across Dmitry Smerdyakov's apartment, whose villain name is the Chameleon. And we also learn that he and Kraven, one of the game's main antagonists, are, in fact, brothers. In the apartment are the Chameleon's own hunting trophies, including one of Peter's old masks. Eventually, poison gas starts filling the apartment, and Spider-Man escapes. As he swings off into the distance, a man can be seen keeping tabs on him. He says,
"Don't worry, brother. I will do what you could not."
hinting that the Chameleon could make a more substantial appearance later on. Now, this one might simply be an Easter egg and may not develop into anything more in the future, but it's still worth noting. After you collect all the spider bots scattered around the city, there's a special cutscene in the game that features Delilah, a bartender that's speaking to Spider-Man through a wormhole. As Delilah steals every single spider bot away from whatever Spider-Man you're playing as in that moment, she mentions Miguel, as in Miguel O'Hara, who fans may know commonly as the primary antagonist in the Across the Spider-Verse movies. Delilah says,
"And if Miguel comes looking for these, tell him finders keepers."
Now, Spider-Man has no clue who Miguel is, and when asking Delilah, she simply laughs in his face and closes the wormhole. Which is funny because this Spider-Man did, in fact, have a cameo in the Across the Spider-Verse movies, which begs the question, did this cameo happen after all the events of the past Insomniac games and that this cameo takes place in the future? Or Insomniac simply is not considering that cameo canon to the Spider-Man universe and that this was simply a fun cameo in the game? We simply do not know, but hopefully things might get clearer in the future installments. We'll see. And that is it for this video, guys. What did you guys think of Marvel's Spider-Man 2? Did you think the hype was worth it? Or were you excited for any of these teasers mentioned for the future? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section regarding the same, and also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to be updated on any important Spider-Man 2 news or content. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.